like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
Hey everyone, I'm betting you know the name Greg Gumbel, especially if you follow sports at all.
Yeah.
That voice, that presence, he was just there for decades, you know? Sadly, we lost Greg recently at 78.
Yeah.
And what we're doing today is kind of going beyond the typical,
Right.
the obituary stuff.
Yeah.
What we really want to dive into is what made him a broadcasting legend, not just like, here's a list of all the stuff he covered.
Exactly.
So we've got a bunch of great sources for this.
Yeah.
We've got some articles. Obviously, we've got some statements from CBS News, reflections from people like Leslie Visser, who worked with him, even tributes from people like Magic Johnson.
Wow.
So we're going for like a real 360 view here
Yeah.
of Greg Gumbel.
I think what's interesting is even before we get to the career taking off, there's already this story of breaking barriers,
Okay.
Born in New Orleans, raised in Chicago, graduated from Loras College in Iowa. And this is the one that always gets me. Both he, Ade Andy, his brother Bryant,
Yeah.
became huge broadcasting names.
A family dynasty.
Isn't that wild?
It's amazing how they both rose to such prominence.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about talent, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, Magic Johnson even called him an African-American pioneer.
Oh, wow.
And that really hits home when you think about the era he started in.
Absolutely. We cannot separate his achievements from the context of the time.
Right.
This is a world where opportunities for people of color,
Especially in broadcasting.
especially in broadcasting, were limited, to say the least.
Right.
So it makes his success even more remarkable.
Yeah, it really does. And he earned it every step of the way.
He did.
I mean, starting with the New York Knicks and Yankees for MSG Network,
Yeah.
he won a local Emmy for that
That's right.
right out of the gate.
I think that early work is crucial because it shows that he wasn't handed anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? He learned the ropes. He honed his skills.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even just one type of broadcasting either. He was at ESPN, WMAQ-TV in Chicago, snagged 2 more Emmys there. Even WFAN radio. That's versatility.
That's amazing.
Right.
Okay, so I'm starting to see the foundation of this legendary career
Yeah.
that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
But then things really changed when he joined CBS Sports in '89.
Yeah.
Right? That's when he hit the big time.
That is when he hit the big time. Joining CBS was pivotal because it gave him that national platform and the chance to cover just a massive range of events.
It's incredible.
We're talking the NFL today, multiple Super Bowls, the Olympics, MLB, college football.
He even did the College World Series.
He even did the College World Series.
It's mind-boggling, and not just covering them.
Yeah.
He was the first network broadcaster to both call play-by-play and host a Super Bowl.
That's right.
Super Bowl XXXV and XX8, right?
Oh, got it.
What makes that such a unique accomplishment?
Well, think about it. It's 2 distinct skill sets, right? Play-by-play, you need those split-second reactions, capturing the excitement of the moment. Coasting requires this broader perspective, this guiding the viewer through the entire event. To excel at both is rare, and it speaks volumes about his versatility and just the trust that CBS had in him.
Yeah. It's amazing. Just looking at his career, it's clear that he was sought after.
Yeah.
I mean, he had that 4-year stint with NBC Sports.
That's right.
He hosted the NFL on NBC, covered the MLB All-Star Game, and even the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. It's incredible.
It reinforces that point about versatility, but also his prominence.
Yeah.
He was named that transcended networks and specific sports.
Absolutely.
But, beyond the impressive resume, what truly sets him apart is what people consistently say about Greg Gumbel, the person.
Leslie Visser called him a true gentleman.
Yes.
Said that he was respected and beloved by everyone.
Everyone.
She talked about his wit, his light touch, this innate dignity that resonated with viewers.
Yeah.
What do you think she meant by that innate dignity?
It's a quality that's hard to define. But you see it in how he carried himself, both on and off camera. Think about his handling of that controversial call in Super Bowl XXXV, huge moment, potentially game-changing, emotions were running high.
Yeah.
But Gumbel remained calm, objective, let the analysts debate.
Right.
But he ensured respect for all sides. That, to me, is a prime example of his innate dignity shining through.
That's a fantastic point. He never let the pressure of the moment or the controversy overshadow his professionalism. He kept the focus on the game itself.
Right.
Which is probably why so many people felt comfortable welcoming him into their home.
Exactly. And that comfort extended beyond just sports, too.
Okay.
He was deeply involved with philanthropy.
Oh, wow.
Supported organizations like the March of Dimes and
Yeah.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Really?
For years, he even hosted the annual St. Jude Telethon, which raised millions for kids battling cancer.
Wow. I didn't realize he was so involved with St. Jude.
Yeah.
That's incredible. It really adds another layer to his character, doesn't it?
It does.
It wasn't just about being in the spotlight. He genuinely wanted to make a difference.
Absolutely. It reinforces this image of him as a genuinely good guy.
Yeah.
And sadly, that's not something you always see, especially in a high-pressure, competitive field like broadcasting.
No, you're right. It's inspiring, really. Amidst all these accomplishments and accolades, I'm kind of curious about the man behind the microphone.
Yeah.
What are some stories that reveal the real Greg Gumbel?
Well, there's this great anecdote from his time hosting the NFL today.
Ooh, I love a good behind-the-scenes story.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
Picture this. They're minutes from going live.
Okay.
And a crew member accidentally spills coffee.
Oh, no.
All over Gumbel's crisp white shirt.
Live TV, a white shirt, and coffee. That's a recipe for a meltdown.
Oh, yeah.
How'd he react?
Most broadcasters would have been furious, understandably.
Yeah.
But Gumbel, he just laughed it off.
Really?
Cracked the joke and calmly changed his shirt. No drama, no tantrums.
That's composure under pressure.
Yeah.
I guess that experience in all those different broadcasting environments really paid off.
It did.
It's more than just staying calm, though, isn't it?
Right.
There's a certain grace to just rolling with the punches like that.
Exactly. And it wasn't an isolated incident either. People who worked with him constantly talk about his kindness, his patience, his willingness to help anyone,
Right.
regardless of their position on the crew.
Right.
It's those small gestures that really speak volumes about a person's character.
It's refreshing to hear about someone so grounded, especially in such a high-profile world.
Yeah,
It'd be easy to let that go to your head.
absolutely.
Did that down-to-earth attitude translate to his on-air presence?
Absolutely. It was part of what made him so relatable to viewers. He could be authoritative and engaging, serious when needed, but also knew how to inject humor without ever being disrespectful to the game or the athlete.
Right, right. You mentioned earlier that he was such a great moderator, particularly on studio shows like the NFL Today.
Yeah.
What specifically made him so good at handling those debates?
He had this knack for creating a comfortable, almost conversational atmosphere.
Okay.
Even when the discussion got heated, you could sense that camaraderie between him and the analysts.
Yeah.
He was never trying to steal the show or push his own opinions. Instead, he facilitated a genuine exchange of ideas
Right.
and drew out insightful commentary from everyone at the table.
It sounds like he had a real talent for bringing people together.
Yeah.
Fostering that sense of respect and collaboration, even in a setting where people are often vying for airtime and trying to make their point heard.
Exactly.
It must have made those shows much more enjoyable to watch.
Absolutely. And it highlights another key aspect of his broadcasting style, this remarkable ability to let the game breathe.
What do you mean?
He knew when to step back,
Okay.
when to let the pictures and the sounds tell the story,
Yeah.
and when to offer insightful commentary that enhanced the viewing experience without overwhelming it.
He wasn't trying to be the star. He was there to showcase the stars of the game.
Exactly.
He was a facilitator, really, guiding viewers through the action with his calm, steady presence. That makes me think about his versatility across different sports, from the intensity of the NFL to the pageantry of the Olympics.
Right.
It must have taken a lot of adaptability to seamlessly transition between such contrasting events.
You're right. It's a testament to his range as a broadcaster.
Yeah.
He brought that same level of professionalism,
Yeah.
that same genuine enthusiasm to everything he covered. But what's truly remarkable is how he connected with audiences, regardless of the sport.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that kind of universal appeal.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It all goes back to his character.
It does.
He was more than just a voice on TV.
Right.
He was a role model, a mentor to many in the industry.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes his passing so profoundly sad.
It's a loss that resonates with anyone who's ever turned on a sporting event. And being greeted by that familiar, welcoming voice, he represented a certain standard, a kind of broadcasting that felt genuine and trustworthy.
His legacy is multifaceted.
It is.
Grace, dignity, unwavering professionalism.
Yeah.
But above all, it's a legacy of kindness and genuine human connection, qualities we don't always see celebrated enough, especially in today's often cynical world.
You're right. And in a media landscape that's often so divided and contentious.
Yeah,
Greg Gumbel's approach to broadcasting is a breath of fresh air.
totally.
He was a unifier, someone who could bring people together through their shared love of sports.
He reminded us that even in a world of fierce competition,
Yeah.
there's always room for compassion and camaraderie.
Exactly. His career, his life, really sends a powerful message.
Okay.
Success isn't just about achievements, but about how you treat others along the way.
Right.
That's a message that resonates deeply, especially in light of his passing.
It is a message that will undoubtedly continue to inspire aspiring broadcasters and anyone who values fairness, integrity, and simply being a good person.
Yeah.
So, as we think about Greg Gumbel's remarkable career,
Yeah.
we have to remember that his legacy goes beyond just sports.
He embodied something larger, a commitment to excellence, fairness, and respect, regardless of anyone's background or beliefs.
Right.
And in our increasingly polarized world, those values are more crucial than ever.
It's easy to get caught up in the drama of sports, you know, the wins, the losses, the controversies.
All right.
But Greg Gumbel reminded us that it's about something deeper.
Absolutely.
The human spirit, the shared passion for competition, the values that bind us together.
He had this incredible ability to elevate the conversation,
Yeah.
to remind us that sports, at their best, reflect our highest ideals.
Right.
And that's a legacy that extends beyond the playing field,
It does.
touching all of us, whether we're diehard fans or just casual viewers.
It's about character, integrity,
Mm-hmm.
the power of simply being a good person, qualities we don't always see celebrated enough today.
And that's why Greg Gumbel's story is so important.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that success, even in a field as competitive as sports broadcasting,
Yeah.
doesn't require sacrificing your principles.
Yeah.
It's a powerful lesson for all of us,
Absolutely.
no matter our field or passion.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into Greg Gumbel's life and legacy,
Yeah.
what do you think is the key takeaway for our listeners?
I think it's more than just remembering his voice
Hmm.
or the events he covered.
Yeah.
It's about reflecting on those values he embodied. You know, the professionalism, the kindness, that deep respect for the game, and that unwavering belief in connecting with people authentically.
And the beautiful thing is those values transcend sports.
They do.
They're applicable to any field, any interaction in a world that can feel increasingly divided.
Yeah,
That's a potent reminder.
it is.
So if someone wanted to experience that for themselves,
Right.
how would you suggest they connect with Greg Gumbel's work now?
I'd say seek out some of his old broadcasts.
Okay.
Really listen to his commentary, his interviews, the way he interacted with colleagues.
Yeah.
You'll get a deeper appreciation for the man behind the voice.
Okay.
And maybe even find inspiration for how to approach your own life with more purpose and grace.
That's a wonderful thought to leave our listeners with.
Yeah.
Greg Gumbel, you'll be missed. But your legacy will continue to inspire for generations to come.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.